Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Shout out to the producers in the building and the writers and the artists and the musicians and whatever else you do in music. Let me know where you guys are from. Let me know what you do. I'm excited to be back. Shout out to the Sync Producer Hub members in the building. Let's get it. We got Jason Revels in here. What's good, Jason? All right, let's get our chat. It's been a while. Let's get our chat together because you already know it's either going to be super small or super big or just randomly placed on the screen. We got Nikki the Jukebox. Nikki the Jukebox. What's up, Nikki? Notch 8 is in the building. Been a while. It has been a while, but we're back. Shout out to Notch 8. Notch 8. Okay. That's what happens when you drink too much coffee. I'm literally drinking coffee right now. This is the second cup. A little late, but yeah, you just start slurring words and whatnot together. But it's cool because we're going to be here for a while talking about some dope stuff. We got it's Nicole Whitehead from ATL. Yes, let's go. Theodore Burr, let's go. Janelle is in the building. What's up, Janelle? Good to see you. If you missed Janelle's interview with Jason Dowdy, go to Jason Dowdy Music's YouTube channel. It's on there. It's the Sync Producer Spotlight. Super dope interview. Shout out to Jason. Shout out to Janelle. Let's go. I should not drink as much coffee as I drink at this time of the night. I don't think it's healthy. Michael Connor Music is in the building. What's good? Happy Friday. Glad to be back. Indeed. KJ is back in the house from St. Louis. Let's go, KJ. Let's get it. We got Christopher Butler in the building from Chicago. What's up, Chris? Jason, Ontario in the house. What's up, Jason, my Canadian buddy? What's good? So, y'all know we always open it up with wins. We got a lot of wins. Terry from the DMV. We got a lot of wins. All right, so first win. This win is huge. This is for the whole community. And this win actually makes our community an award-winning community, a school games award-winning community. So shout out to the Sync Producer Hub members. We are officially, for Q2, one of the top music communities, the top fastest growing music communities for Q2 of this year. So we won that, and we are currently the top music community on the entire school platform in terms of growth. So listen, this would not be possible without you guys. Like, you show up every day. Not only do you go through the curriculum, but you guys help each other. You chime in, you give insight, you share wins. We keep each other motivated. We're collaborating. It's just a super dope space that other producers want to be a part of. So they come, they join, and then they stick around, and then school recognizes us for that. So shout out to all of the Sync Producer Hub members. If you're not a part of our community, you don't have to be, but if you want to be a part of a community that's passionate about producing music for TV, film, media, click the link in the description, go to syncproducerhub.com, and join an award-winning community that's focused on sync producers. Like, why not, right? You have nothing to lose. Lamar Franklin's in the building. What's up, Lamar? Yeah, that Jason Janelle interview was super fire. Indeed, DJ Horn. DJ Horn. So, yeah, so now I got to find... I don't know. I may have to get like a shelf or something and put this somewhere because I don't have a place to put it and display it. Like, it's just right now it's just on my desk. So yeah, we'll figure that out. So let's go to the community and share some community wins, because y'all know we definitely got some of those, especially with because we've been gone for a couple weeks. So yeah, we're back. So let's catch up. Rich Rosen made it back to New Jersey. Of course, already was in Jersey, but now I'm online. Let's go. Congrats to us all. Yes, indeed. Let's go. Marcel, what's good? Music Gang, what's up, Garvey? All right, so we got some wins, man. Let's start with Michael McConnor. That comes out way too natural. Like, so when I see you in person, Michael, at the Shades of Sync conference this November, I will probably absolutely 9.8 times out of 10 call you Michael McConnor in real life. It'll be hilarious, and we'll cherish that memory. All right, Landing of Syncdale says, had a great call with a friend this morning who's the founder and CEO of a new production music company. He wanted to connect from when we last saw each other and talked about sync. He felt I was a great fit for their composer roster, focusing on 2 particular genres he's looking for. I'll be working on 2 10-track albums, which will be signed on an exclusive deal once the first couple of tracks on each album are approved. Super stoked for this opportunity, as the entire catalog of music is right up my street. Let's go. I love it, man. Listen, like, relationships, man. It just goes back to relationships. Like, you never know. Even like when I was in college, man, like, you just never know what people will become. So, like, number one, just always treat people with kindness and respect. You don't want to burn bridges just being weird. So just be cool to people. Like, just treat them great. Treat them like nice humans, right? Because you never know what opportunity could come around. And it's not that you want to be nice to people just for opportunity. Like, be nice to people to be a decent person. But, like, you never know what that person can become. They're aware of your skills, and then that can come back around and turn into an opportunity. And then, boom, you got 2 10-track albums you're working on for a new production music company, and you're like a go-to guy, and you've established that relationship years ago, which is amazing. So shout out to Michael. He gets it. Yes. And I had a chance to meet with some of the Sync Producer Hub members in LA. We had a LA meetup there while I was in LA receiving this award. We got Allison. I seen Allison. Yes, Allison, it was great to meet you. I seen G-Fi in the building, seen Jason. We seen, man, it was a few of us in there. I dropped a picture in the community, but we had a good time, man. Just kind of catching up and chopping it up, laughing, eating some wings and all of that good stuff. So yeah, we're gonna have a Atlanta meetup too. I think the end of this month we're gonna make that happen. So if you're in or around the Atlanta area, and you're a part of Sync Producer Hub, then you will get the details on that inside the community. So we can just hang out, man, and just hang out and meet up. So yeah. I look forward to hearing my name in person. So yeah, that's super dope. Did you hear Jason Dowdy's new No, did Jason Dowdy got a DJ horn? Oh, snaps. I missed it because I was coming in and out. Oh, I missed it. Shout out to Jason Dowdy's DJ horn. I'm going to look for it now. I'm going to look for it. I love it. Notch 8, indeed, man. It'll be dope. Burn bridges cause costly toll rolls. Ooh, that's a bar. Allison with the bars. That's some songwriter. That's like a songwriter bar right there. You can tell. All right, let's get back to these wins. Because like I said, there's a lot. We won't go through all of them because there's some things I want to talk about. But and I want to answer some questions, obviously. That's what we're here for. Jamal Holt, small wins matter. 2 pitch submissions, 2 responses. So he says, just wanted to share a quick win with y'all. Submitted to 2 libraries recently, 411 Music Group and Crucial Music. Both responded personally, asking me to correct the submission format and resubmit directly so I could be added to the queue for review. That means 2 real industry reps took the time to reach out, guide me on the proper process, and give me a path forward. That kind of engagement is rare, and it's a good sign that the music made enough of an impression for them to want it done right. Lesson, don't sweat the corrections. If they reply, you're in the conversation. Fix it, follow up, and keep going. This is how doors open. Anybody else had experience like this? Let's share the small wins and keep pushing. Sing is a long game. Celebrate the steps. That's definitely a win. Yeah, man, like just to be in the conversation is great because again, like if they wanted to ignore you, they would just ignore you. It's a lot easier just to ignore, right? So yeah, that's great. And just to, I agree with Jamal said, just like fix it and go from there. So love how he handled that. That's super dope. And you never know, one of those could turn into, one or both could turn into a deal. So shout out to Jamal. Let's go. Frying beats, exporting and organizing placements. The more beats I place, the more organized I am, the more disorganized I feel. Can anybody relate? Finally got my things back in order, placing 5 beats with my LA publisher Spider Cues today, 5 with my New Jersey publisher Sync Free Music, and 5 with my audio stock website Film Pack. Just got to reopen all the files and export 3 versions each and make sure they all have a sting ending. AI cannot help with this. I know, right? Yeah, man. That's what I need AI for. Like, there's some things where I'm just like, we can do without in terms of AI, but then there's some things where it's just like, this is what we need. And check out this GIF. This is perfect. But yeah, shout out to Frying. And if you want to learn more about Frying Beats, he's actually going to be on Sync Producer Spotlight with Jason tomorrow. So make sure y'all tune in to that. Follow Jason Dowdy's channel here on YouTube, Jason Dowdy Music. And you may too hear Jason's new DJ horn. So, be there. All right, let me see. Let's get another win. We got Nate with another one. He says, y'all, my focus has been on reality TV and got a handful of placements, but I just got my first placement on a fully scripted show. So grateful to have this community and the networking it has provided, along with all of the help and learnings from Anthony Clint Jr. A year ago, I didn't know where to even begin, and now I have placements in multiple shows. The dream is becoming a reality and getting closer and closer to being a full-time musician. Put in the work and never get up and never give up. You have to get up, because if you don't get up and get going, you won't get any work done. So you got to get up, but never give up, and it will happen. Shout out to Nate. Another dope interview he did with Jason. We got to learn more about Nate and his background. The phenomenal producer. And another dope win, man. Shout out to Nate. Y'all out here crushing it. Golly. Crushing it. So it is huge. I agree with Jason. Thank you, the legendary LW, for posting that link for the people. You guys to see that in the chat. Let's go, man. Y'all winning. Y'all want one more? Drop a fire emoji if y'all want one more win. We'll share one more win. Drop some fire. I think I'm gonna take a couple more sips of this. Nah, I'm cool. I gotta be up late. Like, I got a bunch of stuff to work on, so I'll be up. All right, so we'll do one more. We got Jason Carter. I'm seeing some fire in the chat. 3 more accepted. Just got 3 songs accepted into the Below Deck Season 4. Proof that if you just do work, eventually it'll all pay off. Looking forward to getting more. Thank you, Anthony Clint Jr. Let's go. Thank yourself. Y'all the ones doing the work. I'm giving y'all the blueprint. You follow the blueprint. But if you don't do the work, it doesn't even matter what I teach you. It's like nothing will move unless you do the work. So y'all doing the work, man. Shout out to y'all. I love to see it. It keeps me motivated. I'm over here working and getting these syncs with y'all. We in the trenches together. So it's fun, man. It's just super fun to have a community to just support you along the journey. It feels a lot less lonely in this space when you got a community you can just ask questions, share common frustrations with. I'm telling you, man, it's a game changer. Jason says, my wife and I watch Below Deck all the time. Let's go. So you probably heard a fellow member's music right there on the show. That's dope. So yeah, man, y'all keep crushing it. Let's go. If you guys have questions, drop them in the chat. I am going to open up the it's not a phone line, but I'm going to open up the dial in for Sync Producer Hub members. If you guys have a question, if you don't want to be brought up on audio or video, then you don't have to use that link, but it's a member only link on the calendar inside the community if you want to come up and ask a question. Otherwise, you can just type it in the chat and I'll answer it. Miguel, what's up, Miguel? Good to see you, bro. Hope all is well. But so in other news, ChatGPT 5 dropped. When was that? Yesterday? I think it dropped yesterday. And I haven't really dug into it yet to see what some of the major differences is, but I used it for the first time today. And I used it to see what are some key sync licensing trends in 2025. And I'm going to share what it gave me here in a second. Clarence says, I just got a 20-track deal following your method last week. Listen, come on. Catching stray wins in the chat. Let's go, Clarence. I know Clarence been rocking with us for a while, too, just on the platform. So shout out to Clarence putting in the work. We see you, bro. So this is what ChatGPT gave me in terms of trends, and I thought it was pretty interesting and honestly spot on for the most part in terms of what I've been seeing myself. I'm trying to find. There we go. I had to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. So number one, and I'll kind of weave in and out of this. I'll take some answer questions and I'll kind of jump back and forth between this and some questions. But the first thing was number one, emotion driven character tracks are winning. So like basically music supervisors are bypassing the overly polished and safe tracks in favor of songs with, according to, I think this was from like a Medium article. It was like a series of articles, but in favor of songs with texture, grit, and emotional impact, particularly from indie artists. So tracks must be sync ready from the first note, capturing attention immediately. Additionally, themes like resilience, transformation, and personal growth are resonating strongly. Multilingual lyrics, shout out to my multilinguals in the community. Global rhythms, definitely been hearing all types of global rhythms and fuse genres and things like that. And unique cultural styles are also gaining traction, which is super dope. So I agree, like 100%, man. I'm telling you, like indie artists, like this is a space to be. Indie artists, indie producers, like I just feel like this is like the space where you can win. You can give your music like purpose. You're not like, it doesn't feel like a rat race. Like it's like, I don't know, it just feels more purposeful when you're working on music for media, because they're very clear on what they want. They're very clear on what they do not want for the most part. Sometimes who was that? I was talking to, who was I talking to, man? We were talking about a brief where we was like, what does this even mean? But you know, for the most part, it's really straightforward. We got Michael. Michael has a question. Let's bring Michael up. Michael, what's up, bro? Oh, I think you're muted. Yep. I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Okay. Yep. Yeah, it's a quick question. In terms of the process for applying to be a composer on a show versus a producer of tracks or additional music, does that change? Does it look any different? I'm just kind of putting a sort of 5Q playlist together for supervising music, but it's kind of going towards more composition than actual tracks per se. So I'm just wondering, what is the process in the search for a composer for a show versus music supervisor asking for music from producers?
Yeah, in terms of composer, I think that is definitely I think more relationship based versus just like, sending out a brief for composers. I'm not sure exactly what that process looks like from their end in terms of a show looking for a composer. But from the experience I've had working with a composer on a show who was just kind of in charge of the whole show, his deal was basically directly with the production company of, a handful of shows. And he was basically lead composer. So obviously he had the opportunity to knock out everything if he wanted to, but he pretty much assembled like the Avengers of whatever he was working on. And we pretty much split the work, and, we would all do as many tracks as we could, submit it to him, and then he would kind of give the final say, make any additions or edits that he needed, and then go from there. I think budget looks a little bit different when you're a composer as well. Sometimes you're getting a certain percentage of the film production budget, like whatever that music budget is, they kind of get that to work on the show. And again, that may look different depending on how big the show is, how big the budget is. And then, we kind of split that up. And then, of course, we would have our, our royalties and things like that. And then I think there was like collaboration between, if there was a music supervisor, it would, sort of be some collaborations between composer and supervisor from time to time in terms of, blending songs with composition and scoring and things like that.
Right.
Yep.
Cool. Makes sense. Thanks.
Cool. Yep. No problem. Let's scroll back up. I seen Jason had a question. It says, after you've sent your deliverables for the first time, how often should you reach out to Music Library? What type of messaging should you use to see if they'll share what they need? So after you've sent your deliverables for the first time, so this is after you guys are working on a project. They gave you the deliverables that they want. You submitted those deliverables, and now you're waiting to hear back from them. What type of messaging should you use? So I'll give you guys some tips that I like to use in terms of that. So say we're at the end of the project. They approve the tracks. They're like, hey, send deliverables. Usually after deliverables, depending on the company and like what's going on, if there's any like upfront fees involved, usually you're waiting for paperwork and, payment info and, W-9 tax info, stuff like that. So after sending those, if they don't like mention anything, after receiving those, I may give them a couple weeks. I may give it, like, if I don't hear anything immediately, within the next week or so, I'll hit them back and I'll say, hey, let me know if you need anything on my end in terms of, where to submit the invoice or, things like that. But then usually they'll respond with next steps for that, or let you know if they need anything else. So what I'll do then, because they may need another budge, and I've done this recently too. Like say they reply and they're like, okay, we'll get that W-9 over to you and, whatever agreement over, in the next few days or so. I won't respond to that email. I'll see it, I'll get it, and in my head I'll be like, cool, but I won't respond immediately. I'll save it until, say, another week goes by and I haven't gotten the paperwork or the W-9 or whatever, or any info on invoice submission. And then I'll say, okay, cool. I'll respond to the email later, basically. And that's like a cool way to nudge to where I'm just responding to the emails, and I'll say like, okay, cool, looking forward to it. And then that reminds them to, go ahead and send it over. Let's bring Jason up. He can give us some details. What's up, bro?
What's going on?
Nothing much, man. How are you?
Good.
Awesome.
What I meant by that question, I didn't type it very clearly. They only gave me a few characters, is I already got paid, so
Oh,
that's
okay.
great. Yeah, but like when you are developing a new relationship with a new library and you want to kind of get in their inner circle and figure out what projects they're working on and all of that, I
Yeah.
don't want to be a bugaboo and write them too much,
Oh,
or I
yeah.
don't want to, you know what I mean? And I want to make sure I'm using the right messaging to start that relationship on the right foot.
Yeah.
So just any advice on that?
Yeah. So, I'll say after once they get everything finalized, like say maybe once they release it, you know, reach out and say, hey, just want to say thanks again. This project, it came together great. Compliment the album artwork or something like that. And then ask, do you need help with anything else? Are there any other projects you need help with or anything else I can help with? And then that'll keep the conversation going. They'll let you know if there's anything else. So I'll do it then. And then I'll also follow up once I see placements from a project. Then I'll reach out again and say, hey, I seen this album got, a bunch of placements on such and such. Thank you guys again for the opportunity. Is there anything else I can help you with like right now or at the moment you have any needs? And then that's another opportunity to reach out. And then another opportunity to reach out is beginning of the year. So say you had some placements the previous year, you reach out again. Hey, noticed we got a lot of placements last year from this project. That's another opportunity to reach out. So those are like 3 ways I'll kind of reach out to follow up, to keep things going. And it's super easy at that point because especially once you have placements, you've already worked with them. They're going to be way more likely to like shoot something your way if they have a need. And then if they don't, they don't. But the chances of them saying yes to something is way higher at that point.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, and then there's an actual reason that you're writing them. So that's cool.
Yep.
Thanks.
Yep. No
Yeah.
problem. Great question. All right, let's go. Finally, my Spanish verses might pay off. No, 100%. 100%. My wife and I was just talking. It was like, yo, all these kids need to learn Spanish so they can like no matter what you do. I feel like no matter what field, learning an additional language is. I feel like it can only be beneficial. Like I really wish I would have stuck with Spanish and took Spanish 3 in high school, and not been ignorant to like just trying to get out of school early, and just like I wish I would have just sucked it up and took it and kept going and study abroad in college or something. But now I'm using this translate app on my phone to you know what I mean, to communicate. I wish I had that joint in Punta Cana because I got in a situation in Punta Cana. We got played, man. We got played over a lobster dinner. It was quite disappointing. Anyways, Jason Revel says, question, a member in the hub mentioned E&O insurance, basically protection in case we get sued over our work. Can you share how this works? Is this something we definitely should have? So I personally don't have E&O insurance, but I do know a company that does have it, and they work on a lot of like major things, right? For big corporations and companies. It is something I feel like is worth looking into. I haven't dove deep into it. And I think I'll probably have to revisit that conversation with that person at some point, to see if that's something as an individual would be beneficial in terms of protection against different lawsuits. Because I guess their stance was, with them having their hands on a lot of music and a lot of projects and dealing with a lot of big companies, they want to protect themselves from a lawsuit, like a potential lawsuit that just screws the project over. And they don't want to personally be responsible, or the company be personally responsible, from like imagine like a major label lawsuit because something you produce for Sync, just ended up sounding like something, And yeah, now, Sony suing you. And like, yeah, to fight that, you need lots of money. So, I think it's something worth looking into. I don't know at what stage, you know what I mean? Like, it's super duper crucial. Or if there is, I don't know if like with like, say if we're working through a publisher, if that's something that they would incur, like that they would have to deal with. So I'm not sure, you know what I mean? Like that would have to be like a deeper discussion and like more research, because I don't have a lot of experience with E&O insurance personally. But yeah, I appreciate you bringing that up though. That's a great point, great topic. Maybe we can dive deeper into it in the community and do some research. Often briefs I see ask for covers. A current Tune Edge brief specifically asks for orchestral rock covers. Is there a copyright issue creating and submitting cover tunes, even if making it another genre? If they're asking for specific songs, usually there won't be an issue. It's usually because they can clear that stuff rather simply. So the only time like I'll work on the cover is like if they're like, hey, we want a cover for this song. And then from there, it's just like, yo, okay. And then they'll kind of guide you on steps to take in terms of permission. Usually the publisher's in charge of getting all that stuff cleared the way it needs to be and getting the right permissions. So yeah. Anytime you see that in sync, usually they can get it done. But I would not waste time creating a bunch of covers that no one is asking for, or like you don't know if it can even be cleared to begin with. It's because I feel like it could end up being a waste of time. You know what I mean? Miguel says, what would be things we could do to be AI proof with all things happening? I see us in the future using generative music as part of our workflow to maintain relevance. This is great. We're going to talk about this. Because actually that was one of the obviously trends. That was actually number 3. AI is reshaping how music is discovered and licensed. Tools now help match tracks based on mood, tempo, and scene fit, streamlining workflows for both producers and supervisors. At the same time, AI is raising important legal and ethical considerations, especially around copyright and attribution. So I'm so excited for Shades of Sync because we're going to be talking about AI. We're going to have the attorneys in the building. We're going to have the executives, the creators, and we're all going to obviously have this discussion about AI. So you don't want to miss that. shadesofsync.com. Get your ticket. It's happening in November here in Atlanta /Alpharetta. So this is what I'm seeing in terms of AI. And this is how I think you can AI proof yourself. So with AI, obviously you can type a prompt, you can generate some music. I think the low hanging fruit, micro sync stuff, I think AI can eat a lot of that stuff up, right? Whether or not the creator generates it themselves or whether you're generating it and using it. And then, I don't know, there's still a lot of stuff that needs to be put in place in terms of like that. But I feel like, some of the lower hanging basic stuff, like instrumental stuff, AI can definitely do the job, right? And it'll get the job done. It'll do it. So where does that put us? So what I am seeing in the conversations I'm having with the publishers I work with and, supervisors, things like that. If you can develop yourself as a producer and add more skills to your tool belt, you will become more valuable in this space. So I actually just did a video that I'll be sharing in the community. It was like a behind the scenes video of a conversation I was having with the publisher. But basically, I'm working on a project, and this publisher is trying to get this entire project done within a reasonable budget, right? Like, they know it can get expensive because you're dealing with live performers, live vocalists, live instrumentalists, live production. Things can get expensive very, very quick if things aren't efficient. So where I come into place as a problem solver is I was just like, hey, look, I have experience in this area. I know how to do this. I can manage the production of this, and that. Instead of having to outsource and bring in a bunch of different musicians for these different instruments, I know how to play these instruments, right? I know how to play, live bass. I know how to play an actual piano. I know how to play an organ. I know how to play a cowbell very, very efficiently. No, but I know how to play various things, which makes the production process and the studio recording process that more efficient, saving them money, right? So they want something very, very specific. They want it to sound authentic, and they don't want to have to go back and forth on revisions more than they need to. With AI and you're typing a prompt, like, it may give you what you want, it may not. You know what I mean? Like, it may give you the flexibility in the stems that it give you, it may not. So now you're like nobody got time to be fooling around typing, trying to get this sound that they're looking for. It's just something that kind of requires that human connection. So if we as producers can find ways to make ourselves more valuable and have more skill sets that we can bring to the table, to where it's less of a headache if they go to one person to get multiple things done than it is to have to bring in a bunch of different people. And then if you can develop your management skills, you know how to manage a team, direct a team, produce, different parts of the production and bring it all together into a finished product, you are going to be valuable. And it's going to be very, very hard to duplicate that, because most people just won't spend the time developing their skills. Like, they just want to continue to drag and drop loops. Like, if all you do is drag and drop loops, like, AI is coming for you. But if you can play guitar and make that joint feel real, you know what I mean? If you can bring people together that can do different things to bring the production to life, I think you'll be more valuable and you'll be AI proof, because you're able to do things that most producers can't do. So yeah. And like, again, from the conversations I'm having with publishers, like, they ain't touching AI. They was like, they don't want nothing to do with it. Like, give us us human. Because they don't listen, the legal gray areas, like, they don't want no issues. They seeing all these lawsuits popping off between Suno, Udio, or Udio, whatever you want to call it. All the majors, they're like, yeah, nah, like, please no AI, please no royalty-free loops. Like, we want to be sure this is 100% human. In fact, we want to be so sure we'll put you in the studio to play the actual instrument just so we know that you ain't pulling this joint off of Splice. Like, that's how serious they are. So that's what I think. And then in terms of the other things, like the tools, like, we can still use AI to assist us, right? Like, in production, in information, we got AI in Logic Pro now. So, like, I can ask Logic Pro, like, yo, I'm trying to do this. Is this possible in Logic Pro? How do you do it? Walk me through it step by step. So now I'm more efficient in Logic, because all I have to do is think of something that I want to do in Logic. I talk to ChatGPT, and then it shows me exactly how to do it without me having to flip through the manual or watch a bunch of YouTube videos. Next thing you know, it's been 2 hours, and now I'm watching videos on more gear and not what I originally searched on YouTube. And then I'm on Sweetwater buying something that I had no intention on buying, and then the track never got done, but I got a new piece of gear. So like, to avoid all of that, we just use AI. And then I think just knowing the tools that are there, knowing how to use them efficiently to help your workflow work more faster. And then you just gonna beat people. You just gonna win, because people who aren't up on the tools, they're gonna be doing things the old way, not as efficient. And then you just gonna pass them up. So yeah, John C, what's up, man? Glad you can catch it as well. Janelle says, if a library showed interest in your music and downloaded the playlist, how long before you follow up? Should I follow up? I don't really follow up. Like, not like that. Like, if it's maybe like after a month or something and I haven't heard anything, I may follow up with more music. But if they're downloading it and I'm seeing activity, I just chill, because I feel like, like, especially if they download it, it's just like, okay, they're listening, they're checking it out. And then if I see them go back and I'm seeing like multiple plays, then I just kind of chill, because, it may be something in the works, and then they going to hit you back when they need it. They're just they're collecting things. And sometimes it just really takes a while, man, for these companies to get back with you. Just because they're going through like and listening to everything, you know what I mean? But I feel like if they're listening multiple times and they're downloading, they're gathering. I feel like they're gathering, and then they'll be reaching out once they have an actual use, for sure. What's up, Diesel on the track? Also, if a library signs you but you don't hear again from them, you message them, they say they'll get back to you, but they don't. Are they busy, or were you ghosted? That's crazy. That does feel like ghosting. Which is weird, because like, y'all signed me. Like, I didn't force y'all to do this. Like, I could have went on about my life, but you wanted to sign. They may be busy. I mean, they may be busy. But I have heard that happening. Things like, yeah, we're gonna hit you back, but they get busy, and then like priorities and stuff change. So, if you sent them something and they just don't have an immediate need, they may just have refocused on another project that might be priority. And then once they have a need, sometimes you kind of pop up as long as you kind of stay top of mind, just kind of check in here or there. Hey, anything I can help with? Need anything? You can do that as well. But then if you keep getting like the cold shoulder, I would go focus on the companies that's hit me back at the end of the day. Like, I'm not gonna stick around too long and just keep getting ghosted. Like, at some point I'm gonna just be like, all right, like, y'all hit me up when y'all need something. I'm about to go put this music to work. Yeah. LW says, you barely speak English well. Oh, you must be talking about you must be talking about my Spanish comment. Listen, man, we do our best, all right? We do our best. English ain't easy. Number one, like, English is not easy. It's complicated. Like, we have so many words that sound the same, and then they mean different things. And then we have words that look the same and mean different things. And then we have words, it's the same word, but depending on how you use it, it means something completely different. English is crazy. Like, I don't care what nobody says. English makes no sense. And then this alphabet, all these letters, the same letter has like 7 different sounds. Like, what's up? Like, it's just too much. It's too much. Like, if I wasn't born in America and I had to learn English, I would absolutely be frustrated. 100%. Like, what is this? What is this? English is overly, unnecessarily complicated. 100%. I don't understand it. Anyways, Do all my beats need to be copyrighted before I submit them to libraries? Dun, dun, dun. This is a controversial question. The politically correct answer would be yes, copyright everything. My personal answer is no, I'm not about to take the time to pay for all these individual copyrights before I submit it to a library. That's my answer. It's my personal approach. You don't have to do it, but that's how I do it. Sometimes full songs though, like it depends on the situation, man. Like if I'm working like I'm working with like artists on some label stuff, I'm copywriting those songs because that stuff goes through way too many hands and stuff gets leaked and like, yeah, I say deal with that stuff up front for sure. But I'm knocking out like so many like instrumental cues and stuff. Like I would probably spend more on copyrights than I would make trying to keep up with all that stuff. So yeah, Zim Zada is in the building. What's up, Zim? Gaba Music Works. If I make a new version of a song and the duration of the song is different, should I just retitle it on BMI? It's a different recording. Yeah, I would probably retitle it something like you like put in parentheses or like whatever version or remix or something. Unless you're like replacing the original version, then you know it could just stay the same. So yeah. Will there be an online opportunity to view Shades? Not live. Unfortunately, it's only in person. A recorded version, we don't necessarily guarantee on the front end because we have to see how that works out. Because in the past that has not worked out. Once we went and reviewed stuff, technical issues won. Let's just put it that way. So we'll see. But at the time, no, it's in person only. Same thing in FL Studio with the new AI chatbot. Shout out to FL. I'm telling you, man. New gear, gas. Dude, I was watching a random video on YouTube and this guy had mentioned, he had called it gear addiction syndrome. And I just laughed because I was just like, we just all have the same struggles. We are not that different. Trust me. Yeah, dude. So like, yeah, it's like, here, let me see if I can pull it up. Rodney Darkchild Jerkins was talking about the same solution of managing a team of people to bring the project to fruition. Yeah, like true production. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so let's use Michael Connor, for example. Michael Connor is like the string specialist, right? So if a publisher wants some realistic strings or they want somebody to write strings for an actual orchestra to play to, then they know they can hit him up and he can do something unique that a lot of other producers can't do. You know what I mean? Excuse me. Or if you know how to, put together a brass section, right? Like, you know what makes a dope brass section and how to write for that. Or a high school band, or not a high school band, but just like a band, like a marching band, right? If you know how to write parts for a marching band because they want an album of marching band music, like authentic marching band music, that's a specialty skill right there. Like, I don't know too many producers who know. I know one, John Quest. He's in the community too, because he's actually I think it's a high school band director, and he played in band and like, so he can make that joint sound legit because he gets it. So that's a specialty. So B-Rad says, I've been producing on GarageBand since day one. with library acceptances. I've mostly mastered it and prefer not to change. Have you seen others use this successfully, or should I think of changing? Bro, you've gotten stuff accepted with GarageBand. You can absolutely keep using GarageBand. 100%. Like, I've made beats and pitched them and got them signed in GarageBand. That was my first dog. Listen, at the end of the day, man, you get it to sound good however you get it to sound good. If you can, as long as you can go back to that session or, create stems from it and you get it where it needs to be quality-wise, they don't care. They don't care. I think the only time a publisher hit me up about like using a specific software, it was for like this orchestral dramedy album. I think they wanted me to download, was it Sibelius or something like that for the notation? But I think Logic has it where you can like print the notation thing, but I think they wanted it specifically in that DAW or something. But outside of that, they don't really care. And then they ended up just going with my native instrument strings. They was like, you know what? We figured it'll be like, excessive to put a real orchestra over these, so let's just forget it. I was like, cool. It works for me. Can I use Real Crafter from my first pitch to a library? 100%. Absolutely, you can. Yep. LV Drizzle in the building. Yesterday made my 103 tracks in a production company, mind you, about 6 to 8 aughts that's usable in a 7-month period, and about 60 of them tracks is exclusive. Wow, let's go. And they got 50 registered so far with the PRO. Let's go. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, different influences. Listen, we learned about Allison and her musical influences. Man, it makes sense. It makes sense. Like, she gave us the whole rundown in LA when we had the Sync Producer Hub meet up. Like, it's crazy how like what you listen to growing up can have in terms of impact on your production and your writing when you become like a producer. It's amazing because your ear is just like trained to certain things. Like you just hear stuff. So yeah. Zoom can be a headache. So this is what we found so the first year we did Shades of Sync, we actually did do, it was in person and we had a live experience simultaneously. But what we found was we were trying to manage both the online experience and the in-person experience, and it was overwhelming and taking away from each experience. So we was just like, let's just focus on the live experience and make that the best possible, because we want to be fair to everybody who like purchased a ticket to this event, and we want to give you guys like the best possible experience. And we just didn't feel like it was fair to like, like the way the online joint was just going, it was a lot. It was like some technical issues with the platform and just a bunch of different things. And it's hard to, it's challenging to troubleshoot issues on both sides, because there's tech issues you got to deal with in person. There's just everything that's going on in person, which is on 1,000, like in real time. It's crazy. Like me and Josh talked afterwards to Jay Will. We were just like, yo, definitely broke a record on number of steps taken on the day of the conference. It was crazy. So that's why we decided to just focus, like, let's just focus on this, like what we have right here in person. And then whatever happens with technology after that, then we'll figure out next steps. But yeah, but eventually we do want, we may do that at some point again and just kind of refine that. But right now we really just want to focus on making the in-person experience as best as possible. All right, let's see if I can cook up this question. We'll take one more question. We'll take a quick break and then we'll do some music reviews, which has been bugging me. A few weeks ago, we talked about artifacts we need to worry about in terms of prior clearance. I'm talking about sound effects found online to sound effects found on a record, CD3 patches from Soundscape libraries. I know loops and purchase clips are no good for submission. What about the above? Sound effects. Yeah, because somebody shared a video, just like how you have to be careful with sound effects, because you can't take a sound effect, put it in your track, and then like bounce that single sound effect out by itself as a stem, and then call it yours, and then register it with the PRO and get paid. Like that's kind of the same thing as like splice loop issues and things like that. So there has to be like some layering and like reproduction of stuff when you're creating your deliverables. Like Soundscape libraries, you're fine. Like you just can't take that stuff and like you can't take like a one shot from a Soundscape library, like hit the C, take that C, create your own sound pack to import into Logic Sampler, and then, sell that as a sound patch, right? Like you can't do that, but you can take a Soundscape sound from their library, play chords, create melodies, and create an original composition. You can 100% do that, and that's fine. So yeah. And then other loops, you just got to be super careful with these terms. But yeah, anything like a loop based melodically, just kind of stay away from. Like drum percussion stuff. I haven't like one shot snares and stuff. I haven't had any issues with that stuff. Because again, I'm not selling a one shot snare that I bought. You know what I mean? Like it's been manipulated, it's been changed, and when I bounce it out as a stem, it's like it's a pattern. It's not just a snare one shot. So, yeah. Yeah, Brandon, he was showing like literally writing some music on sheet music. So 100%. The original DAW. So that's it. We are going to transition. Go grab you a snack or something. Go grab something to drink because your mouth is probably dry. Or my mouth's dry. I'm the one talking the whole time. So let's take a break. We're gonna come back. We're gonna review music, see if it's ready for TV and film, and we're gonna have a good time. So let's. let's get it. Time for some music reviews. And tonight I got a different snack. But first, we're doing music reviews from the community, seeing if your music is ready for TV and film. If it is, we'll let you know. If it's not, we're going to give you some feedback and hopefully help you. We just won't say it's trash and then just leave you hanging. We're going to try and give you some constructive criticism. All right. Shout out to Monster Chips. You know, Monster Chips, we've been through a lot. You know, we've had some ups and downs, mostly ups and a very, very hard down, aka Lime. But yeah, it's been good. You know what I mean? I still got some Monster Chips, but today I want to try something different. And I ain't gonna lie, like this shipment came in. And you know, the wife was eager to try it, so we had cracked open a couple bags of these chips. Again, you know, super clean, no seed oils, you know, cooked in beef tallow and all of that stuff. You know. So we tried them, and like, full transparency, I have an affiliate link for these chips. I will not share it at this time because I currently just don't rock with these. I can't. The flavors I've had, one being original, it just tastes weird. This one, if you want to know what it is, it's Vandy. I mean, I'll show them, but I am not necessarily encouraging, you know, you to get them. But I wanted to because it's like, you know, maybe it was like, maybe I ate something that just made it, you know, taste a little off. Maybe. So I try and give it a second chance. So I'm gonna give it a second chance. One flavor I haven't opened. It's just something I can't put my finger on it. I can't put my finger on it, but it's just something. It's something that's just weird about the taste. But next week I will have a brand new masa flavor that they are launching, and I will be trying live. Nobody, like, most people don't have access to it, but they will literally be here, I think, tomorrow. So I will wait to try it, maybe, because I think I'm making tacos tomorrow, so I don't know. I may not wait, but I will share my review next Friday. No, these didn't make the whole family sick. I mean, but I had, like, my wife tried it. I tried it. It was a mutual understanding that, like, these will not re-enter the kitchen. Like, she threw them about. She's like, take these wherever you need to take them. I'm done. She was done. It was no second chance. It was no forgiveness for these chips. And she was excited. She was excited. So I'm going to give them a second chance. I haven't tried this flavor. I got another flavor over here. It's French onion. I'm scared. I ain't going to lie. I'm scared. I've never puked on live stream before. Hopefully this will not be the first night. LW, I know. Like, that's why we were so excited, because listen, we love the masa chips. For the most part, all the flavors except lime, we rock with. This new flavor, I'm curious. You know, maybe this is the lime redemption. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Mr. High C, let's go. It's taco weekend. All right, y'all. John C says, I don't mess with exotic snacks. I'm telling you, you got to be careful, man. You got to be careful out here. All right, y'all. Let's see who's on the leaderboard. Top 3 on the 7-day leaderboard gets played first, and we got Jason Revels, Ray Garcia Preet shirt, because we got a few Jasons in here. So let's Let's make that clear which Jason we're talking about. So let's go ahead, man, get these reviews started. I'm excited to listen to some music. All right, here we go. Jason Revels. Let's find Jason. There it is. All right, says just finished up my latest project, the All or Nothing Sports album, and wanted to share a track from it with y'all. This one's called Plays. It's got a drill vibe and brings that high energy feel. Let's go. Oh, wait a minute. Let's drop some fire emojis if y'all ready to listen to some music. Let's see those. And then we can start. Yeah. I promise I will mute the mic as I chew though. I ain't gonna do y'all like that or push the mic away because it is about to get crunchy in this joint. It's about to get. It probably won't be too much if I remember correctly. We're gonna see. All right, I'm saying fire emojis. Chewing chips blocks out certain frequency. No, you're 100% right. Yo, that is a fact though. Like that's why I don't eat a lot when I mix because the sound goes in and out as you chew. It's crazy. So let's check it out. I'll make sure I listen to the important elements in between chews. All right, let's get it. Plays. This is dope. All right. Let's give this Herbs Day Province a try. This is fire. Not the chip, the beat. Goodness. I could hear that. Urban Christmas, 100%. Yeah, this was fire. Love the mix, love the beat, love the instrumentation, sting endings there. Great. Like I like that vibe, like drill mixed with sports. I think that's a great combination. Yeah, I think that's ready. That thing is ready. All right. This chip, this flavor, Like the texture of the chip is cool. I don't have a problem with that. But like this, maybe, I don't know. It tastes like I took some rosemary and just, I don't think you really do rosemary like that, but like it just tastes like I chopped up a bunch of rosemary as fine as possible, took a fistful of it and just did one of these with rosemary, just straight rosemary. That's what that tastes like. Just a mouthful of rosemary. And I don't necessarily like I'll throw a little bit of rosemary in a, like on a roast or something like that. Just a little bit though, cuz too much and it's just like I don't like overpowering of rosemary. That is rosemary on 1,000. We're going to get rid of that. We'll get rid of that. That is not okay. I need a mint. I need to cleanse my palate. I need to eat coffee beans or something because, wow. All right, let's go. The beat was a win. Rosemary not. Number 2, Ray Garcia. What has Ray cooked up for us this week? Chewing to a certain BPM is hilarious to me. It's the same with working out too. Like it seems better to do jumping jacks on beat. And if the song is too fast or too slow, it's just like, yo, this is messing me up. I don't think Ray submitted anything this week. Is Ray in here? The face after eating the chips is not distress. It is very distressful. Oh, okay. It's all good, Ray. It's all good. I suggested a couple lower bass notes on this. Besides this, rest flows like water. When producing for sync, I assume it's important to not overproduce. This beat is great and not complex at all. Yeah. And then sometimes it depends. Like there's times where overproduction is warranted, but for the most part, if we're making something that's going to exist under dialogue, yeah, usually you're not, you're trying to, have it compliment, you know what I mean? So, yeah. James McGregor, what's good, bro? I'm going to send you a DM too in regards to our collaboration that you won as well. There's a lot of collaborations popping off in the community. Are they too earthy tasting? So that was a situation with the lime. The lime was earth. It was like, if you want to taste what earth is like, just grab a handful of dirt, eat it with like lime zest on top. That's masa chip lime, 100%. This tastes like, it just tastes like rosemary plant. It's just like, I don't know, man. Anything that grows out of the ground, I feel like they just shouldn't use. Like, they just shouldn't use anything tree related. Like, no plants, no trees, nothing with a leaf. Like, just leave things that grow out of the ground alone. If it's not like, just leave that stuff alone. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's go to number 3. We got Preet. Let's see if Preet has cooked anything for us. But I just like trying clean alternatives for snacks. Uh-oh, I don't think Preet has anything. All right, we're going to work our way on down. Number 4, Jason Dowdy. There we go. Cracked alibi. Suspense builds and waves as motives twist and unravel with string-driven urgency. Perfect for any crime, investigative, or political storytelling. I love it. Everybody said, ew. No, cheese whip to the rosemary, to the mouthful of rosemary. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll let you. Hey, I'll let you do your thing. Like that was because then it's like it starts to venture off into like perfume. Like it's just like, is this rosemary? Or now it's starting to taste like white diamonds. Like it's weird. All right, let's check this out. Precisely. Possible death. I don't know. Pushing people away from healthy eating. Love the strings. This is crazy. Yeah, this Chambers album is dope. Great strings. Like, are you playing those, or is it like you know how you like hold the note and it does its thing, or are you just kind of playing those? Those are dope, and they sound great. Love suspenseful build up. I love this. I can hear this on a Netflix crime documentary. Yep. Yeah, super dope. What's up, Joshua? Tension and fear. Yeah. Dope. That's ready to go. Jason with another one. So let's see. We skipped Ray Garcia, Preet, and we just played Jason. Jamal. Let's see if Jamal has anything. I'm gonna give this mint some time to just kind of wear off. We want to give this other flavor a fair chance at tasting. Oh man, I have no idea what to expect. Jamal. Yeah, we got one from Jamal. The beat, the dream blends warm atmospheric chords. The steady drum groove, creating a dreamy floating vibe. The low end is full yet controlled, giving it a solid pocket for vocals or instrumental leads. Let's go. It is nice and open. Okay. Good work, man. I agree with this statement. That track will give you some money. This could be kind of a it's kind of light too. I can hear this on a lighthearted sing. This section here, I would probably switch it up so it doesn't sound as much like this section. I kind of like, I would probably like pull something from like what you have in this hook. Maybe something other than the piano and just kind of place it here with the same breakdown, drum breakdown that you have. But I would just do something different than that guitar sound on one of these. I like it though. Or like that right there. I would probably put that right there. Or here for the first verse. That sting, the note on the sting, I would change. Cause it's in a different scale. Dun, 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 dun. You can end on that. Or you can end on this chord. Dun. So that's the only thing I would fix on there. That, and then maybe just kind of giving the editor another option on one of these verses. Doesn't matter which one, but something different than that guitar, just to give that. Oh my gosh, just to give that guitar a break. But yeah, overall great track. I like the mix on it. Love that piano, and it has like this lighthearted vibe to it, which I rock with. So yeah, dope stuff, man. This hover over play track stuff is crazy. Yeah, good work, Jamal. All right, now let's get back to the list. Let's go at the top. Let's start at the top with Frime. Heavy, dark, and built to creep. This hybrid score hits with that sci-fi tension and eerie cinematic drip. Think Alien vibes, Deep Space Dread, or something lurking in the shadows. Let's check it out. Yeah, definitely memorable. Like, it's still in my head. Thanks, Michael, for calling those chords out. Uh-oh. Nailed the description. This will be a great time to try this new flavor. French onion. This already sounds bad. Go. Bro. Man. This is why I ain't share that affiliate link, because I can't recommend this. It's like, man, dude, I'm already not an onion fan. But that like tastes like all of them have like this base taste. I don't know. It can't be the beef tallow that they're cooking it in, because I cook in beef tallow. Like it doesn't taste like that. I don't know what they're. It's like it has a taste and a smell. Smell like old. Like old damp sock or something. I don't know what that is. It's not good. French onion. It's not good. I mean, maybe if you like onions. It's not good. That's not good. All right. That was dope. DJ Horn. Killer onion. Man. Yo, like real talk, like after these I would revisit lime. I would revisit lime and be like, you know what? Maybe lime ain't that bad. Maybe it ain't that bad. Cause man, these Vandy potato chips, like I can't eat a second one of those. And I can do like I can eat stuff like where like I don't care too much about like flavor. Like I can just eat something. Like if I need to eat it, like whatever. Like I just eat it to get it down because I just want it for, you know, the nutrition. But like I can't sit there and plow through that. I can't. That'll be hard. I'll take some plain, saltless, seasonless, pepperless chicken and down that before I can do some French onion and some rosemary. They need to just name this one rosemary, because Herbs de Provence, just call it rosemary, because that's what it is. I don't taste oregano. I don't taste whatever savory is. Thyme, maybe a hint of thyme. I taste rosemary plant. And onion. They can take the French off. Just call it onion. You don't even need to put French in front of it. Wow. And then the plain one has that same taste that they all have. Like, I had a barbecue one. It was like a smokehouse. That one I was able to get through. Like, if you keep eating them, the weirdness goes away a little bit and you can survive. But it's still not something like that first chip. You hit that first chip, it's just like, ugh. And it's like, you're reminded. So yeah, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. Bacon, they should just leave that alone. They should leave it alone. I have no snack tonight. I have nothing. All right, let's go. Also, Frime will be chopping it up with Jason Dowdy tomorrow on the Sync Producer Spotlight. Make sure you tap in Jason Dowdy Music's channel here on YouTube. Catch that. It's going to be dope. All right, let's keep it moving. We played Jason's. Wow. Nicole says, here's my first of 5 I want to submit. It occurred to me that I wanted to get feedback on them before I sent it, so here it is. I'll call it Hello Mellow. It's got a few orchestral elements in it, but it grooves. Let's go. Yeah, maybe. And the reviews will have you thinking that these are amazing. I'm here to tell you, they are not, in my opinion. So yeah, I'll never give you guys any, link to anything that I can't like 100% stand behind. Like I said, they gave me an affiliate link, and I always tell people I'll share it if I rock with it. If I don't, I won't, and I don't. So yeah, that'll be the last order of those I'll ask for. All right, here we go. Let's go. Hello Mellow. Ooh. Love the percussion. Dirt and onions. Very, that sums it up. Yeah, the beat was fire, Frime. 100%. Definitely the highlight of that moment. I cannot agree with that. The best, though? The best. Yeah, this is fire. Yep. Let me run that Sting ending back one more time. Yeah. I like how you walked up too for the Sting ending. Mix sounds great on this. Love the percussion. Love the switch ups in the second verse. Love the cinematic elements you added. Yeah, I think this is good to go. I can hear this on. I think that they'll eat this up on a bunch of different stuff, different shows. So yeah, great work, Nikki. Yeah, that joint's ready to go. Love it. Intro wasn't too long. Miguel. Somebody said, I guarantee it was a bot that left those reviews. It makes you wonder. Because listen, whoever left a positive review for Lime, and the responses though from Masa was hilarious. It's not for everybody. Like, I mean, wouldn't you want to make something that's at least is for most people? Like, we're talking food. I would at least want to make something that most people would like, or most people would deem tasty. Like, what segment are you going for when the overwhelming amount of reviews for Lime was just negative? It's always interesting to see what people put for different reviews, though. All right, so pasting the same link from last week, going back to the Latin flavor. I fused reggaeton with Valenado on this one. It's collaborated with an artist that went to the same high school I went to. I'm submitting this one as not exclusive to the libraries that accept the song. Super dope. Lamar Webster, what's up, bro? Let's see if we can get it. Me quede con las ganas. Me quede con las
La
ganas.
pasé muy bien cuando salimos, ambos decidimos que íbamos a disfrutar sin muchos testigos. Es un secreto.
This is
y yo
helping
te
me with my
prometo
Spanish.
que en el amor soy el hombre más discreto. Me quedé con las ganas de algo tuyo, bebé. Me arrepiento de no haber aprovechado, mujer. Me quedé con las ganas.
No doubt.
De robarte un beso, de decir que te quiero. Muy cerquita de mí, no puedo resistirme.
No longer than like 12,
De
15
robarte
seconds.
un beso, de decir que te quiero. Muy cerquita de mí, no puedo resistirme.
Probably.
Me quedé con las ganas.
Quedé con las ganas de enamorarte. Me quedas mirándote porque eres arte.
Temu
Esa
seasonings.
bruja me hechizaste. Me dejaste estas ganas de querer besarte. Y demás está decir que no creía en amores. Pero cuando te asomaste por mis alrededores, mi jardín de hierba lo adornaste con flores. Y aunque no sabes que existo, espero que esto mejore y que me conozcas. Sé que no te conozco, pero siento que de otra vida te reconozco. Y que me conozcas, sé que no te conozco, pero siento que de otra vida yo he visto tu rostro. Mucho, brother, ayúdame a explicarle que
Me quedé con las ganas de robarte un beso, de decir que
Those
te
vocals
quiero.
are like sitting right where they need to sit in
Cerquita
this
de mí,
mix.
no puedo resistir, me quedé con las ganas de robarte un beso, de decir que te quiero. Muy cerquita de mí, no puedo resistir, me quedé con las ganas de agarrar tu mano juntos por el parque, caminar por la orilla, disfrutar tu arte. Es que tú tienes todo lo que yo necesito pa' mí, necesito pa' mí. No te imaginas todo lo que hiciste. Agradecido estoy porque tú naciste, pero en mi historia tu vida no coexiste y eso a mí me pone muy triste. Tuve que dejar que te fueras, no es tiempo de romper barreras. Solo quisiera que tú supieras que me quedé con las ganas de robarte un beso,
That would be fun.
de decir que te quiero. Muy cerquita de mí, no puedo resistir, me quedé con las ganas de robarte un beso, de decir que te quiero.
This is my Spanish class every week.
IBZAN San.
This makes me want to go on vacation.
San Onel.
Oh shoot, I did. Oh my god, I didn't even realize it. I just went straight to Miguel because he was on the list. See, that's what happens. You know, you take a couple weeks off and you come back discombobulated. My bad, Miguel. Well, there we go. We usually save Miguel last because he's like lifetime MVP. I didn't demote him or anything, but I did play him first. Or I played him before. I usually save him till last with the palm trees. Goodness. Just give me, it takes a week to get back into the swing of things. Just bear with me. We'll be back 100% next week. All right, we got Rich up next. Last week I submitted Brahms' Lullaby last week and got a few positive comments from y'all. Thank you. But in case I'm supposed to send something new for this week, here's a short 1-minute cue called New York Minute Symphonic Orchestral Cinematic Soundtrack. Well, I guess since you got feedback on this one from the community, let's play this newest one. We'll give you some feedback. Yeah, that joint feels great. DJ Horn. Did I DJ Horn that? Because it's ready. Love the mix on that too. And shout out to stacking Spanish with the R's when you got to roll the R's. Shout out to that. Cause I wonder what that well, I guess you can't go wrong stacking that, because then it would just if it wasn't emphasized in one of the stacks, it would definitely be emphasized with the others. So that's interesting. I still feel like Spanish is easier than English. It's less complicated, I feel like. Let me know if I'm wrong for my Spanish speakers. Yeah. Uh-oh, let's go. Lamar Webster is officially a Buckeye resident near Columbus. Go Buckeyes. That's a win. That's a win. I know LW is so happy for you, Lamar Webster. I'm sure she's just smiling from cheek to cheek right now. I can just sense it. All right, let's go. Let's keep it moving. Eru posting one of my songs, refresh your browser when you have a chance. My name in the hub is Irwin. Okay, dope. Yeah, man, we'll definitely get to it. I'm telling you, man, heavy hitters in here. Did I pick the old one? The New York Minute? I picked New York Minute, the new one. I think you said this was the new one. What's round on the end and high in the middle? What's round on the end and high in the middle? Okay, we got a riddle. Let's see who can solve that riddle while I play this track. I'm going to think about this. Round. Io? Ohio. That's what my answer would be. Erie says he thinks Spanish is harder to teach. There we go. Ohio, baby. Let's go. I like this. Your girlfriend in the club. I like that. This feels film-esque. I love this, Rich. And I like that piano being pushed back in the mix. It gives it a nice ambient feel. Oh yeah, I like this. Yeah, I like that. That yeah, that's a vibe. I'm an NFL guy, but Clint's enthusiasm got me root for the Buckeyes. Let's go. We converted a new Buckeyes fan. That's what's up. John C said y'all cheated and Googled that answer. Yeah, this was fire. Main character standing at a water's edge, callback sequence. Yeah. Precisely like that. That's exactly what it sounds like. A movie starring Tom Hanks. That is the most specific description that matches this music that I've seen in the chat so far. Great for metalcore technology show content. Holiday movie. Those holiday movies that come out on Netflix with the same actors and actresses. Yeah. Let's go. All right, let's keep it moving. Hearing some good music. Good work, Rich. We played Jason's Tim, let's see what Tim been cooking up. Howdy, folks. Shadowed Eclipse, a menacing and ominous orchestral track. That word always trips me up for some reason. Layered with dark synth, bass, and percussion to create an epic, unpolished, and a mysterious atmosphere that is both tense and eerily beautiful. Ominous. Ooh. That would be fire. Y'all be putting me in the mood for like a really good movie. Like after this, I'll be ready to just find a really good movie. Oh. I didn't see that coming. Woo. Ooh, yeah, I heard that little thing at the end. Yeah. Yeah. That can be used. It's ready. Like I can hear that. Yeah. I mean, you name it. A show, a movie, a video game. I can hear that on some Call of Duty stuff. Yeah, I rock with that, Tim. Good work. Good work. Yeah, and I love those drums too. They were perfect for the kind of track it was. What's going on with my? There we go. Yeah. Nice rumble at the end. Yeah. 3 acts, boom. Starting to feel inspired to make some. I know, right? Like, yeah. we should play his song while he's on the toilet. Like, there's nothing else to do. You might as well get your music reviewed. It's a great use of time, if you ask me. All right, we'll skip if he's up next. He's not up next. He's safe. He's safe for now. Let's go to J. Cole. Hey, y'all. Hope you're having a great day. Today, I've got a hard-hitting drama track with piano and strings. I'm not sure what it could be used for. Maybe sports. I appreciate any critique so I can level up. Let's go. Shout out to this massive magnifying glass. Why is it so large? I didn't realize they... Love the progression. I will let the piano sustain. In between those notes. This beat is fire though. Woo. Yeah, man. Yeah, maybe a little reverb. Yeah, reverb and some. I agree with that reverb, and I think like sustaining in between those notes so it doesn't sound like choppy. Yeah, but yeah, I like the. I like how it builds. I like the instrumentation. The mix is solid. Drums are hitting. Got your sting ending. Nice length. Excuse me. Yeah. Good work, J. Cole. Great work. Wish I could say the same for these chips. All right. Lawrence Jackson, Calling All Champions. Mixes cinematic tension, building, and hard-hitting urban beats. This blend will help highlight the most epic clash of rivals. Yep. I can hear this on some sports highlights easily. March Madness. Football season is around the corner. Hint, hint. Nice breakdown. Yep. Oh, nice little cherry on top at the end. I like it. Yeah. That's ready to go. They'll eat that up. Football time, brass section built. Ohio State Buckeyes highlights music, exactly. I'm not mad at the intro, but that main groove, yeah, I know, right? Yeah. No, that's good work. It's good work, Lawrence. Let's go. You can never eat, like, you can't go wrong with that stuff, man. It will just always be needed. Yeah, love that. Let's go. All right, we got Janelle up next. How are we looking? Yeah, I think we'll get through most of these. False Confession is an ideal score for psychological thrillers, true crime documentaries, mystery podcasts, and cinematic trailers where a sense of foreboding tension or dark intrigue is key. Its slow building atmospheric tension beds can underscore scenes of suspense, interrogation, or internal conflict, providing emotional weight. All right, let's check it out. Uh-oh. Let's go. Go Buckeyes. It's great. That was intense. It's ready. LV Drizzle says, have you ever landed a nice big brand ad? Not yet. The biggest, I guess, brand would be Adidas. It was like an Adidas classic kind of series thing. So I got a placement on that, but it wasn't necessarily like an ad, like a TV ad. So no, yeah, that is definitely on the bucket list. I've been shooting for some of these auto ads. I want to land one of those. That's on my bucket list. Last one I've pitched for a few Toyota ones. So I definitely got to bag one of those. That's on the list. If Vandy approached me to, like, the budget's gonna have to be right, because like the whole time I'm gonna be thinking about Rosemary while composing something for Vandy chips. All right, Halloween is coming. The Halloween briefs do come out too. Consistently though, just like been in there and just has not come out of it, just in the bag, living there. Percussion is crazy. I agree. Love it. We got some fire. Agreed. Yeah. I mean, yeah. It doesn't sound like it's going to end well for whoever. Patty, I'm sure Patty was out of here. Yeah. Dope stuff. All right, let's see what we got up next. Did I DJ Horn that? I think so. Yeah. All right, so we got Cleo. Whiplash is about the lessons you can't seem to shake. Smooth R&B neo soul with soft rock guitar, perfect for scenes of love, temptation, and messy repeat mistakes. Oh, right to it. Come on, guitar. Come on, mix. How about that?
Like spin me round and round.
No doubt.
Head tilt back with no sound.
Yo.
Life got me up and down.
I'm gonna be like, you know what, y'all? I'm gonna have to tap out. I wouldn't even audition, bro. Like, cause I know I ain't good. Like, if I gotta keep eating these and look happy. Oh, this is a vibe.
Kiss my mistakes with the tips of my fingers. Act like I'm ready for the change I seek, but I jump in deep when the ice still weaken. Every time I'm close to peace.
Those seasonal Halloween stores, they never fail to get a space in a retail shopping center. Listen, I thought about it, but then when my wife, when I seen her face, I said, okay, it's not me. It's not just me. Yeah, this is a vibe. This is what I was talking about with the trends. Like characterful tracks, emotion driven. This is that. Like spin me round and round. Head it tilt back with no sound. Life got me up and down. Wondering when I'll figure it out. They have questions. Stunt double to eat the chip. That's crazy. Yeah, this is fire. Man, listen. If you see me in a Vandy commercial, no. They gave me a massive bag. Like, that was the only way. A massive bag or a massive sink that I just couldn't deny. Nah, but I don't even know, man. I wouldn't do it personally. I would have to pass. I mean, there's no flavor. Like, they sent all of them. There was no flavor that I was just like, oh, this is it. Oh man. Yeah, this is dope. Let me go back to the ending. Yeah, they would sync this, bro. How do I feel about the ending? Like I think that would be okay. But yeah, I rock with that, Cleo. I'm not sure if Nicole's like, no, you are not in the wrong place. That's hilarious. Yeah, no, good work. Sinkable, DJ All right, we got Truman as I'm trying to diversify my catalog. This is one of my first attempts at a thriller horror type trailer. Let's go, Truman. Wait, did I didn't play Truman's, did I? No, I didn't. That was Cleo Antaeus. That might have been him on vocals because he's a songwriter too. Crazy. A nice bass drone or something underneath would be dope. I would turn that sound down a little bit in the mix. I'd probably take the strings out too. I don't think it adds anything. I would take those out. I would add some type of just drone bass, something underneath, like it could be a pad or like some type of synth bass or something. Have that sitting through there. Yeah, and then just like tweaking the mix, turning a couple sounds down. But yeah, I like it. Definitely has a tension thriller vibe to it for sure. Yeah. Let me catch up on the comments. I done got behind on the comments. So yeah. Yep. Dope stuff, Truman. That joint, so it's almost there. We got Allison up next. Michael Connor with some feedback. String sound a little too happy. I'll sharpen it to a C sharp, so it give it some dissonance. There you go. Okay, Rich likes the strings. They asked something cool. So maybe keep the strings. You could keep the strings and then maybe take Michael's advice, sharpen it to a C sharp. See what that sounds like. I'm not mad at the suggestion. So yeah, got some stuff to work with. Dope stuff. All right, Allison, Break Me, my daughter sang this. Shout out to Allison and her daughter. Let's check it out.
When I'm with you, I break into. When I'm with you, I break into. There's nothing that I can do. I break into when I'm with you, but I realize to let love back inside.
It's a nice voice. I wish I had some snacks. Golly. It's another one. Tracks was themes like resilience, transformation, personal growth.
When our hearts break, we think it's a mistake. When our hearts break, we think it's a mistake.
Always
Maybe
crazy.
it's just fate, just fate, just fate. We think it's a mistake when our hearts
Look like facts. Like
break. But I
Allison's daughter. Just kick Taylor Swift to the side. Great song too.
Don't be afraid, every part of us
Nice
was
mix, too.
made to survive all the hurts and receive the love we deserve. Break me wide open, break me wide open, break me so your love can flow and make me whole again. Break me wide open, break me wide open, break me so your love can flow and make me whole again.
Love Island. Wait, Love Island Blind? MVP. Oh yeah, we're supposed to vote for all the great music at the end of this. How's that going? Love is Blind. Okay, Love is Blind. Hey, honestly, either one. I think more so Love is Blind, probably. But both. I'd probably get placed on both, to be honest with you. Yeah. Did I DJ Horn that? If not, we'll give it another one. Shout out to Allison and her daughter. Just amazingly talented. I know, right? Yeah, that emotion-driven, characterful tracks are winning in sync. That song alone is the bag. Everyone who didn't eat Vandy chips. That's all of you all. I lose tonight. Oh man. Oh, perfect. Please do. Please. We would love that. And I'm sure the publishers will too. All right, we got Daryl Daniels. Chasing That Spark is an up-tempo, atmospheric, electronic track, blending deep synth bass, crisp drums, and airy paths to create a dreamy yet cool sonic landscape. Okay, let's check it out. Yeah, great voice. I like those drums. I like that melody. I don't know about the bass. I think the bass could follow the chords better. Let's see how it ends. And then just some mixing stuff, adjusting. Dun, dun. I'll probably end on that root minor chord. So it sounds like it resolves more. I'll probably shorten it as well. But I like what's going on here. I think the bass could just follow the what's going on with the melody or the chords better to bring it together. I feel like there's some type of disconnect melodically happening there. Josh says drum and arrangement are good. It sounds intentionally dissonant. Yeah, I definitely hear the dissonance, which I like. I like especially with the chords and things going on. So yeah, I agree with you there. Drums hit hard, great track. Thanks, man. I wish you could see the eerily dissonant, yeah. And it has that. I like the drums. It definitely has the drums and some of the sounds kind of has like this retro vibe as well. Like this retro synth wave type of thing that could work well for something like a y'all know that show at Netflix joint, Stranger Things, like a show like that where you have those scenes where it's just you have that dissonance but you still want that vintage vibe or retro vibe. It's in that lane with just a few tweaks. So yeah, definitely like the road you're on with this of the chords. Yeah. Dope stuff. 80s retro film, scary movie, spooky synthwave retro. There we go. Rich likes the disconnect, intentionally dissonant. There you go. KJ says he could have pedaled on F to help it out. Has some quirky sounds. I can see this using a spooky show. Yeah. Dope stuff. Keep it up, Daryl. All right. Joshua Long. Let's see what Joshua been cooking up. Tunage had a brief for rock cover trailer songs. I decided to do Linkin Park in the end. They are my favorite band ever, so it was easy to arrange. I normally do hip hop orchestra, and rock tracks, so trailer music is new to me. I'm looking for feedback on the arrangement, mix, movement, and if this could work on the big screen. Let's go. Let's see what Joshua cooked up. That's a great way to start a trailer. Excuse me. Whatever's pan left, I would turn up a little bit. Yes, sir. Appreciate you coming through, bro. I like how this is building up. Nice job. Dope stuff. I like it. I like the arrangement. I think that just like mixing stuff could be tweaked. Like some things could be turned up a little bit. Drums could probably be stacked, layered, just to make them stronger. I'm not the trailer expert. Flares would probably chime in if he hasn't already. But the structure's there. Yeah, structure's definitely there. But yeah, I like it. Good work. And shout out to even like stepping out of your comfort zone and trying something different. Yeah, that's super dope. It would also be interesting to hear elements of the original song in some way, shape, or form, if they allow it, or like taking the song and then like taking parts of the song and then adding those cinematic elements to it would be dope as well. But yeah, good work, bro. Let's go. Nice ending. Also love LP. My daughter was into them for like 8 years. She turned me on to so many of their songs. We saw them twice before Chester died. That's what's up. It is indeed a journey. I agree. Yeah. Makes him try. Yeah, no, listen, trust me. Yes, it is. Like, I'm not even a fan of my own trailer mixes. This is with you. Like, it is it's different, man. Cause like, at least from what I've learned from Flares is like trailer music, they want stuff big and loud. Like big and loud. Unless it's like I mean, I guess it depends on what kind of trailer, but typically big and loud. So I get it. Linkin Park Melody may cause some copyright claims. Yeah, I guess it depends on what the cover. Like if the publisher's asking for a cover, then they'll probably deal with that. So, yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. Peace out, Tim. Appreciate you coming through, bro. Dope music. I know, right? Like that, speaking of trends, has been a trend. All right. We're going to skip over Mark. I think Erwin's back from the bathroom, so I think it'll be safe to play him. So we'll play him, we'll play Kevin, and then we'll end up with Flares. Speaking of which, Flares, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it before we play Flares track. Flares has a recent win, huge win. All right, Erwin, aka Eru. Wait. Oh, okay. He just got straight to the point. He said, forget a description. Here's the music.
No creo que sea normal. Cuando te pruebo me lleva al espacio en un viaje astral. Si entramos en la habitación caliente como el sistema solar. Sobrenatural, yeah. Cuando te pruebo me lleva al espacio
despacio. Cuando agarro ese culo y ese pelo lacio. Ready no es de cirugía, es de gimnasio. Le gusta rápido, agresivo y a veces despacio. Le gusta como en el sexo le hablo. Bonita como un ángel pero mala como el diablo. Le gusta mi flow, sabe que no soy charro. Cogimos de cabaña la parte de atrás del carro. Ella es una salvaje y yo soy su animal.
Nice mix.
Después que empezamos ya no quiere parar. Adicto a esa sustancia que me hace volar. Y no quiero bajar. Sobrenatural. De la forma que lo hacemos no creo que sea normal. Cuando te pruebo me lleva al espacio en un viaje astral. Si entramos en la habitación calienta como el sistema solar. Sobrenatural, yeah.
La nota que me das se siente sobrenatural. Yo te la aplico, pero baby, tengo que aceptar. Cuando lo hacemos me lleva al espacio sideral. Me hice tu usuario de tu forma de chingar. Le apliqué la presión, me miré, mi nota hizo nota, ven a pecharme, pero ese culo me frizó. Prendimos la cepilla y de una empezó la acción. Con una conexión
sobrenatural.
Yeah.
De la forma que lo hacemos.
See how it
no
ends.
creo que sea.
That's a solid. Uh-oh, did I skip too far?
Te la aplico a ti, mi bebecita. Bass Breaker.
Yeah, yeah. Angel C.
I rock with that. I rock with that. That's a vibe. It's a vibe. Love the instrumentation. Mixes was dope. Vocals were dope. I don't know what was said, but it sounds like it was dope. I think that was another thing we were mentioning. Multilingual lyrics works well, or is kind of trending in sync. And then you just think, man, it's a huge world. Like sometimes we just like we focus on like our home countries or whatever, or like our regions, but like it's an entire world where media exists and music is needed for all of it. So I think it's dope. All right, let's see what KJ been cooking up. Throwing this one in the mix for feedback. This is part of my championship pack album that I will be complete in a couple weeks. I'm going to run it back. Let's go. Straight to it. Oh, see, I missed it. But yeah, good move, making a clean version. Yeah, perfect. I was wondering, I was like, is that a tag? Woo, I love that. Smooth. Finally got that rosemary and onion taste out of my mouth. Ear candy. I know. That bounce, bro. It has that bounce. Let's go. Ear candy, man. Great work. Great work, KJ. That joint is is ready. It shall be synced. Let's go. It is the breathing and the the female vocal. It's a vibe. It adds a vibe. All right. We're going to finish it off with Mark. But first, we need to shout out Mark because they just had another mini flares. They just had a mini flares. So shout out to Mark. Congrats on the new baby. He says, only had time to make a rough sketch, then I had a baby. So I'll share the work in progress, a reimagination of the 90s song Blurry by Puddle of Mud. So, okay, I didn't mean to click out of it, but let's start a poll. I don't know how we gonna narrow this down, but let's start a poll. And figure out who we putting on this joint. Another Ember. Man, the Flares empire is growing. All right. Let's start a poll. Who y'all got, man? Drop some names in the chat. Anybody is up for a vote. So whatever names I see the most, I'm gonna just start tossing them in there until I think my max is 4. So we'll do that. If you need to get to some time. Yeah, you just resubmit next week. We'll be back. Yeah, for sure. We'll try and get through. We'll try and get through most of them. A rough sketch of the baby. No, the music. The music. That would be hilarious. Allison. Okay, Allison. Allison and daughter. Let's put Allison and daughter. First, let's spell daughter right. Okay. Let's get that correct. Cleo was a vibe. I'm in agreement with Cleo. He said, I don't think we need a poll this week. It really was. It was crazy. Allison Daughters won. We decided already. So should we just give it to Allison? It seems pretty obvious. It seems pretty yeah. All I see is Allison on this timeline. Like everybody's lineup has Allison in it and Cleo. I think Cleo would probably come in a strong second. Michael switched it up. He voted for Janelle. Let's give it to Allison. Allison and daughter, you guys win. There you go. It was unanimous. They came with the fire. They came with the fire. All right, y'all. So yeah, shout out to Flares, man. Hope all is well with baby and mama, and wishing you guys nothing but the best and rest, which you're probably not getting yet. I understand. All right. Let's see what Flares cooked up besides a baby. Let me get back. Here we go. Absolutely. Blurry. Hold on. Let me get the screen right so y'all can see this. All right. Oh, this sounds so happy. Sounds hopeful. Oh, did we have a disclaimer? New baby music. Don't eat Vandy chips and follow Patty. Man, yeah, they were bad. I don't know if anybody ever tries them and likes them. Let me know. Crazy. Yeah, there you go. Classic Flares. Shout out to Flares. That was a dope track or dope sketch. Congrats again on the baby. And yeah, shout out to you guys. Crazy. Shout out to Sync Producer Hub members. If you want to learn how to get your music placed in TV and film, how to produce it, prepare it, and pitch it, join Sync Producer Hub. The link is in the description. This is great. Let's do it again next week. Again, shout out to all the Sync Producer Hub members. We are officially an award-winning community on school. We won school games. Q2, fastest, most growing community on the entire platform because we have fun for the most part, except for when we're eating lime and Vandy chips. So that's it, man. Y'all have a good one. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Also, if you guys are in the community and you did not catch the Art of the Sting ending, I posted the recording to that in the community, so you guys can check that out. Also, don't forget, tomorrow, Frime and Jason Dowdy Music will be chopping it up. So follow Jason Dowdy Music's channel. It's going to be a great conversation. We're going to try and tune in to hear his DJ horn too. So you don't want to miss Jason's DJ horn. It's a thing. All right, y'all. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace. I forgot how to end the stream. It's been